Welcome back to Poise Chaos HR YouTube channel. Let's talk about interview preparation, episode 1. Yesterday, we talked about the understanding of the interviewing process. Now, today, I want to go into interview preparation. And the key to that is your research. And not just the basic old research where you look at the company and know when it's founded and know what they do and know who their competitors are. One of the things that has helped me elevate an interview is that I pull the earnings report. And the earnings report is information that anybody can pull. It's not secret information. All you have to do is go to a company's website and look up their financials and pull it. And if you don't know what an earnings report is, the earnings report is really a key indicator anyway, for potential or current investors to understand the financial health of an organization. And earnings reports there's a lot of information into them. A lot of companies have spent some time trying to summarize them, but I will tell you, I have found a quick and easy way in order to look at it to get the information that I need, because I'm really only asking some specific questions. So let me walk you through what an earnings report look like. Now, here's a copy of Apple's earnings report. And I pulled Apple's earnings report because all of the companies that I've looked for in the past, I found that Apple's seemed to be the easiest to read from a summary standpoint. And I typically always pull the summary because I'm only looking for key information. So how did the company perform over the last quarter? And as you can see, from Q4 to 2017 to Q1 2018, Apple has performed really well because their revenue increased over the Americas and Europe and China. I'm also looking at how much revenue did they take in, because that's a key indicator. So you really want to focus on specific things, and this allows you to go into the conversation with the manager and say, so I see that the earnings did really well. What would you say was the part of that success? Or if the earnings have gone down, you can talk about, well, what are the struggles that you're identifying, or what are you concerned about? You really want to make sure that you're looking at the revenue. So that's all of the profit, the gross margin. So that's the company sales minus the cost of their goods or the cost of doing business. And you also want to be looking at their operating expense. So this allows you to go into the company and really understand holistically how they are performing, and not just the company themselves, but you should also be looking at the competitors' information as well, because then it helps you have a thoughtful conversation. So this is how I've looked at earnings reports in the past. So I just talked about the earnings report. Another thing that's really important that I think a lot of people miss during the interviewing process, and I mentioned this yesterday around how the recruiter is your advocate. The recruiter is the person that can give you the most information to help you interview for any role that you're trying to get. Some of the questions I've asked recruiters is I've set up maybe 30 minutes the week of my interview, and I've asked them about all of the people that I'm going to be interviewing with. Tell me a little bit about them. Tell me the things that you've noticed. Do you know anything about them? Do you have any background? Because then it helps me prepare for an interview. I had a recruiter once that told me that the person that you're going to speak to likes numbers. They dig into a lot of numbers. So I knew going into that conversation with that person that I was going to spend majority of my time telling them my experience on how I've impacted results, because I know that that was something that was really important for them. So know everyone that you're talking to throughout the interviewing process and get as much information as you can about them. And remember, your recruiter is your advocate, and they're the ones that can provide you that information. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to click the subscribe button or follow me on Twitter or Instagram at Poise Chaos HR.